Hey guys, welcome to Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth and I am doing a little bit of a social commentary video because I feel it's very important to refocus the energy right now. And as you know, I am very psychic and I'm an empath and I'm very sensitive to a lot of the energies, to energy in general, but to the energies of what's going on. And I wanted to make a little video because I feel it's very important to address a couple of things. So I am going to be doing my mid-November horoscopes, but this is kind of a little social commentary that I wanted to do before I posted those because I feel like it's important for people to understand, get a little bit of perspective. So, I will tell you, just to give you a little background, I live in the United States. I live in Washington State, and here in Washington, it's very heavily, liberal state, and pretty much the majority voted for Hillary in this state. Even before it came down to these two main parties, Trump and Hillary, I felt very frustrated, and I feel like a lot of people feel very frustrated because these candidates were not the candidates that people, they're not likable candidates. Hillary has a terrible track record, and Trump has, a lot of views which people don't agree with and gets people really riled up. So essentially, I felt from the get-go that it was like, going into this was going to be really hard. And I actually want to say that I feel like the media did a really poor job of talking about the other parties. The Green Party, Jill Stein, who was running, people didn't even know that she was running. So there was definitely a direction, a push for, this polarized society, staying in this polarized society of the right and the right versus left. So I want to give you this background just because, I'm talking about politics a little bit, and I just wanted to talk about the political climate and from a spiritual perspective, what's kind of going on energetically. So I feel like I don't really want to talk about the two candidates, and I don't really want to talk about the country as far as politics. I really just want to talk about how everything's kind of boiled down and where we're at right now and where we're going. So where we're at right now, I feel like there's this fog over everybody. And I feel like the energy was pushing people to stay in that polarized place, right and left, and didn't even consider the Green Party, or even give any attention to the Green Party at all until the very end, until essentially it was too late because people didn't even know who she was. And I feel like that's kind of been our society, which is very polarized. It's very black or white, right, left. And now there's this, I want to say, fog over everyone that's full of anger and that's full of frustration and that's full of this polarized energy, which is about, contributing to hatred, contributing to war, contributing to rioting, contributing to violence, contributing to, and that's what the cycle of violence is all about. It's all about this polarized, you're wrong, I'm right kind of thing. And it's very important for people at this time to recognize that they're getting sucked into it, that it's very easy to get sucked into it, and to take a stand right or left, to take a stand one or the other, to radically, stand for something, even because, and people have a right to believe what they want, but standing for extremism, or extremist beliefs, or just even extreme actions is fueling that whole pattern of war. It's fueling that whole pattern of violence, and it's unhealthy. So and really there is a way to stay out of that. There's a way to, and I'm not saying you need to hide under your covers and pretend it all doesn't exist and all that, even though most of us probably want to. I want to. It would be easy to just pretend it's not happening. But the reality is that all this is happening, and I actually feel a tremendous relief that it is over, that the election has passed, and that we can all get back to our lives, and we can stop being sucked down into this radical, polarized thought process, thought pattern, which is about division. It's not about unity, and it's not about fairness, and it's not about equality, and it's not about what is progressive. I mean, this is 2016. People have been fighting for thousands of years. There's been, wars, and this is 2016, and we should be beyond that. But it seems like we're not beyond that. And the only way to get beyond that is by adopting a more peaceful, almost like radical, peaceful approach to all this, and kind of come to a place of acceptance, so you're not dragged into either side, and you're not getting sucked into that political jargon that's really unhealthy. So I kind of want to clear this fog. So essentially I'm just going to kind of just go like this. I'm just going to clear this fog, essentially, that's kind of hanging over a lot of people. It's this fog that needs to kind of dissipate and go away, and clear. I feel like a lot of people need clarity right now. They need clarity because they don't know where they're going. They can't see the road ahead. They have no trust in the government. They have no trust. The trust has been broken for a lot of people, and that's why they're so angry, because the trust has been broken. But in my mind, despite this that has happened, it's important for us to accept that this is the way things are going, and not get sucked down into war, because essentially, if we do not kind of find our own clarity, then it just will stay. We'll stay sucked down. We'll stay in this low vibration energy of discontent and anger, when we could be happier, and we could find our peace, and we could find our happiness, and we could find something to be grateful for despite all this stuff that has happened. Now, as you guys know, I'm not a really frou-frou person. I'm very simple in the sense that I don't, that was not my upbringing, okay? Not at all. And so, this to me is just a practical thing, these things that you can do that are practical. And I strongly recommend listening to music. And it's funny because I was actually trying to record me singing the song by Ed Sheeran, Wake Me Up, When It's All Over. But my recording did not come out good. Let's just put it that way. So, I'm not going to be doing that. I know some of you probably would enjoy listening to me sing, but my voice, the audio in here is terrible. And I mean, I'm staying in a hotel, so, it just did not come out that great. But I'm going to leave it to the professionals, leave it to them. But I wanted to make some social commentary. So as far as where we're going, I feel like we have choices. We have to make good choices. And it's about either choosing to partake in, civil war, or it's choosing to partake in peaceful actions, or it's choosing to partake in a place of acceptance, which is the middle ground. You don't have to like what's going on. You don't. But you do have to, at some point, on some level, accept what's going on and find the peace within it. Find the peace. And I feel like you can step back and you can say, okay, this is what's going on and I don't like it, but I'm not going to get sucked down into it. And that's the difference, okay? Because everybody's setting, it's really being set up. I feel like everybody's being kind of set up for this, this angry place, this anger that's not helping anyone. And I can tell you, it's interesting because I have been so wrapped up in my, apartment situation, life situation, that I have kind of stayed detached from the politics. I did watch the results that were going on TV, and I really would advise, if you have a TV, to turn it off and not watch it. If you want to know the news, you can, read the paper, go online, that's fine. But I'm saying, don't get sucked down into it, because I feel like the media is really propagating it and putting attention into it. And where we focus, that's where the energy goes. So the more we focus on Trump, the more we focus on the riots, the more we focus on the violence and extremism and terror and all that stuff, that the more energy we're giving into it. Essentially, we're creating our own storm. So it's very important to listen to music at this time. It's very important to find the acceptance, find the peace in what's going on. Find the place that you feel, a place in your mind and a place in your life where you can create your own little piece of Zen. And the more Zen you create, the more Zen will be created in the world. So it does, and the universe. So, because it's like a ripple effect. The more anger you put out, the more anger you're creating in the universe. And again, it's kind of getting bigger and bigger. And it's very important to, again, not tap into it, not put your focus into it, and to focus on, like, the moon is in Taurus. Taurus is about peaceful life. It's about music, it's about art, it's about creativity, it's about family, it's about friendships, it's about creating things of value and valuing things, and holding on to the important things, knowing what's important and what's not. And I feel like it's setting your priorities, getting your priorities straight. Taurus to me is about good food, sharing, having a good talk with someone, going out to dinner or breakfast or something, and having a good meal, going out for a beer. I mean, this is the kind of thing where it's very, it is very a practical moon. It's about getting things done, but it's also about enjoying life. Anything that you can do to enjoy life at this time will actually contribute to more of a peaceful overall energy and peaceful climate, so to speak, because right now the political climate is not so good, and we need to not pay attention to it. We need to not focus on it. Okay, now I'm not saying, like I said, you need to bury your head in the sand. I'm not saying that, okay, but I am saying it's very important. For my feeling, there's this sort of like a dense fog. It's sort of like a dense fog, and people are not clear, and people need to find their clarity. So get out into nature. This is Moon in Taurus is great for that. Go for a walk. If you have any animals, horses especially, maybe go for a ride. If you can, go for a run. Exercise is great at this time to give you clarity. Those endorphins will give you clarity and get some of this really intense energy. And Scorpio is an intense sign. The sun's in Scorpio right now. So I feel like it's just really important for you to try to find a way to let go of the anger, let go of the negativity, let go of the negative emotions, find your peace with it, find peace, and pray for peace at this time, because it's really important that we kind of rein in our emotions, because I feel like emotions are really running wild, and Scorpio can be very deep negative emotions, emotions that have been kind of under the surface for a really long time. That's Scorpio. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been friends with a Scorpio, but Scorpio, you can be friends with for 10 years. After, maybe you get into one fight after 10 years and they bring up something that happened 10 years prior within the first year of your friendship, and you're like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? It's a deep-seated, long time thing that's been kind of just waiting to come up to the surface. Scorpio holds it in and doesn't express it. So it's very important to express your feelings in a healthy way, have healthy conversations, try not to get, into taking sides or into heated political arguments. It's just important to avoid that right now, because it's not going to help anything really. So I just wanted to make this little video. I hope it helps you guys understand kind of more of what's going on. Try to get as clear as possible with your energy. Take some salt shower, what we call salt shower, salt baths. Avoid, like I said, negative people, negative comments, watching and believing into this very strong extremist stuff that's going on right now. Don't buy it, okay? Don't buy into it. Because the thing is, the Scorpio is very detailed, and so we're in the sign of Scorpio, and so essentially, you know, there's a lot to what's going on. There's a lot of hidden stuff too that you don't know, and a lot of details, and it's easy to get dragged down into that. So it's easy to make a really crazy argument at this time for one person or the other. And I just want to say, I actually feel that despite all the stuff that's happening right now, that if we came to a place of acceptance, if we came to that place of peace, then things would kind of even out. And essentially we all kind of need to chill out and see what happens and take it day by day, and get clear ourselves. The more clear we are, our energy is clear, then the clearer things will be for us as a whole as well. So I'm going to leave off there. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, Google Plusing, subscribing, and you know, following me in general. I don't normally make any commentary, but I felt like it was super important for me to make this little video, and I hope you guys enjoy it, understand kind of where I'm coming from, and yeah, thank you guys so much. I will talk to you guys soon. I send you guys big hugs, big kisses, and I will talk to you soon. All right, take care. All the best.